Yeah, they don't win at home.
They don't win at home anymore.
Yeah, no,
They
there's
can't
no
win at
home field advantage in Foxborough. In fact, you said yesterday it felt like a Steelers home game. There were so many Steelers fans there.
They travel.
They travel well.
Don't be offended. That's what a hell of a fan base does. Your fan base does that. We do that. We do that. No, we haven't done that lately. But when we were rolling 6 years ago, 8 years ago,
yeah.
At the end of the game, when you're up 10 or 14, you're kicking their ass, and the place is dumping out. The whole lower bowl is Patriot fans.
I fear you're describing a front-running fan base.
Oh, we're spoiled.
Yeah,
No doubt about it.
that's a problem.
I give them credit. They're ready to go yesterday. They're ready to go yesterday. Not the people that sold their tickets, but
No, they were not ready to go.
The people that showed up.
They were not there.
that's the Steelers. That's New England. It's 1 p.m. in the fall. Beautiful day for football. And it was an exciting game back and forth. It was a good game. If you like football, but I don't say if you like bad football because there's a lot of turnovers. So we're going to get into all of it today. But like you just said, that's a good game. You actually could go back and watch that. How many losses last year could you go back and watch? Did you turn on that LA game after that? When they kicked your ass on that Saturday last year? Did you go back and watch that?
Wait, I'm sorry. You're telling me this was a good game yesterday?
I'm talking from a visual standpoint. If you're just sitting there watching a random game.
How many turnovers?
If you like football, you hated that game.
How many turnovers did the Patriots have yesterday? Did we watch the same game?
Right here.
Oh, when did the first one happen?
Oh, first drive?
Oh, in the first, what was on the clock when that one happened?
But you know what? The coach knew I got to do something here. I'm going for it on fourth down, way deep in my own territory. We're like, what the hell are we doing here? And then you get it, and you're like, okay, here we go. We got some balls. And he responded there.
My question would be, how is this any different from what we've seen in recent years? How is this any different from last year, you guys?
You're competitive. You were the better team yesterday. That didn't happen last year.
You
were the better team. That's what makes that so frustrating.
Wait.
Right there.
You lose at home to what is a bad football team in the Steelers.
Yes.
We all agree on that, right?
Yeah, I would be worried
The
if I was a
Steelers
Steelers
are
fan.
a bad football team. Correct?
Yes.
No, the team coming in
Consensus
here next week. No,
Are the
team-
Raiders, based on what you've seen from the Raiders now, are they a bad football team?
They're not a good football team.
Okay, so they have now lost at home twice to bad football teams while turning the ball over and being repeatedly penalized with stupid mistakes, and they don't play a buttoned-up, smart brand of football that the head coach that currently has the job promised us on day one. What has changed? So you're telling me that it's somehow better because yesterday they blew it to a bad football team at home with a million mistakes, and you feel good because, they were the better team? Do you know how crazy that is? That's crazy. You guys are both crazy.
you're not.
I'm with you. I'm with you. They should have won that game yesterday going away.
Yes.
They should have won that game by 3 touchdowns.
Meaning they were the better team.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they
Thank you.
didn't, which tells you they're a bunch of clowns.
That's not a bad football team.
That
okay?
means you don't have good coaching. You don't have smart players. You don't have players that have adopted a mentality and a culture. Of accountability to each other and accountability to the coaching and listening and focusing and doing your job, to quote a former coach here in New England. They don't do any of those things, and you guys are happy?
I'm not. No.
Do you think I'm happy?
Absolutely not.
You think I'm happy?
No. That's great. That's great. Watch it again. You guys want to keep watching it?
I don't want to watch it again. I called it. I know what it was.
It's a competitive product. If they turn the ball over 4 times yesterday, they win the game. If you
10
turn
is
it over
maybe
4
it
times,
might
they
be a
win the
10-point game if they turn it over 10. Like they still hang in that game. Like it's still close because they're playing hard. But you got to put the whole damn thing together because you're not going to win many of those games.
Your mentality, you guys, is the mentality that has impacted that team.
Oh, nice.
It is. Losing's okay. Losing's okay. It's not that big of a deal. Mistakes happen. We'll be all right.
I'd say
That's no.
I'm ready to start benching people. Like I don't. No. That team right there. That team that beat you. That's not a bad team. They have culture. They're 2-1. They got Aaron freaking Rodgers as their quarterback. They win games after Ben Roethlisberger retires. They find a way to scratch and claw and get the 9 or 10 wins.
Let me ask
That's
you a
what
question.
good football teams do because they have tradition.
Was yesterday's game about the players and coaches on this roster and doing the work, or was it about their level of talent on the roster? We do a lot of complaining about the roster and about a lack of talent on this team. Me especially, been doing it for years. But I look at yesterday and I say, you had the talent to win.
Yes.
Had nothing to do with talent yesterday.
Without your best defensive player, you shut him down, held him to 80 yards after that first drive.
Talent was not the issue yesterday.
Okay.
No,
I
that's
just want
not
to
an
make sure
excuse.
I was just checking what we agree on and disagree on here today because I thought that really sucked yesterday and was a real downer.
Oh, yeah. It hurt because you should be winning that game, which you could not say last year. Like, you are a competitive football team now.
What do you
And
mean? We did it after the Tennessee game.
To turn the
We
ball
said-
over 5 times against that team is
Tennessee game?
unacceptable.
Didn't we say after the Tennessee game, like, oh, it's a stupid team. They should have won the game.
It's a different team. They were a stupid team. They picked the wrong wind direction in overtime. That's stupid.
Right. And what did we say? Well, it's not about talent on that day. That's just about making stupid mistakes, and you're losing to a bad football team. That happened yesterday again.
I'm not putting the Steelers and that Titans team in the same bucket.
It's not even close.
That's a
Pittsburgh wins every year.
Steelers. I think are going to underachieve based on what they thought going into
They're
the
2-1.
season.
How are they underachieving?
But they're going to be at least a 500 team again. They're going to be a
lost
winning
their-
football
they're,
team.
They're going to sweep Cincinnati's ass.
Yeah.
Okay, there's 2 more wins for them. They're going to beat Cleveland twice. That's 4. You're already at 6.
Yeah.
Because they just show up and they beat you for whatever reason. And I don't think they have great coaching there. Mike Tomlin's a damn good coach, but he lets his coaches coach. I don't know. That's a game you let go again. I don't even want to get into the record. You should be 2-1 or you should be 3-0 if you took care of business on first game. But
Man, what an
here
opportunity
we go
that
again.
was yesterday,
Coulda,
though.
woulda, shoulda. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. But you and me are stupid. That's stupid.
I didn't say you're stupid.
I know.
I said you're silly and crazy.
Yeah, I'm
You
crazy.
are.
I don't know
For
how
feeling
many-
so good about the
I
result
don't know how many
yesterday.
games last year you could have gone into and said, "Man, they should have won that game based on the talent and the way that they played." Sure, there were opportunities.
They could have won.
Jacksonville Titans.
Wait.
Jacksonville
They
and
could have won the
Tennessee.
Seattle game early at home last year. So if you don't want to compare the Steelers to the Titans, then let's compare them to the Seahawks. When Jacoby Brissett, with 5 minutes to play in the game,
Was that a sustainable way that they played
took
football,
a
though?
boneheaded sack. Joey Sly had to try a 48-yard field goal. The field goal gets blocked, so they don't take the 6-point lead, right? And then what ends up happening? Seattle matches with a field goal. They end up in overtime. They could have won that game, too,
I know, but we're talking about
at home in September.
I understand that. We're talking about your second-year quarterback who played, I thought, pretty well, barring the 2 mistakes that he made, which I know we're going to get into. There's a different level of competitiveness when you're trying to build something versus rolling Jacoby Brissett out there and playing a style of football that's not sustainable.
You lost last year to Chucky Joe Roberts or whatever the hell his name was at quarterback Miami. They were down to like 3rd or 4th guy.
Yeah.
I do feel this team's different. But I mean, people look at records, and that's what it's scoreboard.
5-turnover game, and you're talking about building something.
You're not going to beat anybody. You won't even beat Natick High School.
I don't know what you're building when you turn the ball over 5 times. And through 3 games, Gerard Mayo's team last year had 13 penalties. Through 3 games this year, there are 27 for Mike Vrabel's team. There was 1 turnover through the first 3 games last year. There have been 6, including the 5 yesterday. And they have the same record, by the way, and they've lost to teams twice at home in September. 2 teams that aren't that good.
I warned you about September. And it's starting to come together here where, say you don't take this one serious next week and you're 1-3. You want to be chasing wins all year again. Trying to get out from sub 500. Like you had to come out and start fast. These were winnable games. I mean, do you just like the fact they're competitive?
The whispers have come out of that building over the last several months that the expectations by the fan base for this team were out of whack because the roster just wasn't there yet. Yesterday, they did not lose the game because of the roster. They lost the game because they didn't have their crap together and they didn't protect the football. That's why they lost yesterday. That is always, as you just said, Zoe, a recipe to lose.
Yeah.
You'll lose to any high school you want to name there. Which one you name?
Natick.
What are they,
Everybody thinks they're so good.
What's
So
their
Natick.
mascot?
The Redmen.
I can't
think.
imagine.
What's that?
Hold on. I'll check it. I'll double check that.
The Red Hawks.
Red
The
Hawks.
Red Hawks.
Red Hawks.
Okay.
The Natick Red Hawks.
KP, Warriors, whatever they are. Foxborough, whatever. Keep naming high schools. Yeah, you weren't going to beat any of them. And Pro Football Focus, you could shove all your stats and just take the turnover one, and you're going to be right every time. You're not going to beat anybody turn it 5 over. 5 times. You're never going to beat anybody turn it over 5 times.
I'd name all the teams in the Hockomock. That's right.
Milford.
There you go. Start naming those
North
teams.
Attleboro.
5 turnovers. Turn the ball over 5 times.
It's just it's
5
crazy.
times. 5 times. Right out of the gate, Rhamondre Stevenson.
I couldn't believe it.
Right out of the gate.
Right.
What do you do with him now? What do you do with your running back situation? What do you do there? What do you do?
mean the guy, the guy you
with
gave a game ball to last week?
Yeah. No.
The guy that probably won the game for you last week?
Mike Vrabel said they need him. They need him going forward. So
you just said they don't have enough talent. Sure, they need him.
it doesn't sound like they're going to.
So Beatles football team, he just keeps playing him because they need him.
What's that?
Rhamondre, you just keep playing him.
That's what Mike Vrabel said.
You said they're
they
not
said,
talented.
No, I didn't say they need him. Mike Vrabel said we need him. That was him post game yesterday, making it sound like there would be no benching on the way. And if he did bench him, this has gone so similar to Gerard Mayo. I would ask if he
What
would
are you gonna do?
if he would bench him and then not bench him.
Too serious?
Like I think those are questions we got to start asking.
Too serious?
With how this team has looked. But hey, it's a Monday. We're reacting to the game yesterday. We'll have David Andrews with us starting at 11 a.m. and he will be in studio with us for an hour. McCone and Zoe feel pretty good. They feel it was a pretty good football game.
David's the most recently removed.
No.
I'm an old man.
You guys said it was pretty good yesterday.
We'll let David decide.
The Pats are building something.
You're pissing me off
Yesterday they were competitive, and if you like football, it was apparently a good game. I like football, and turnovers make me sour on it very quickly. But
Cut it down to 4 turnovers. You got something cooking, man.
agree to disagree.
Why don't they play like
Hey,
that?
quick question for you guys: who wins more at home, the Revs or the Pats? Does anyone know the answer to that?
Well, Revs don't. Wait a minute. Oh man, yeah, Revs. I think.
I mean, we did
Who's
it-
had more coaches the last 4 years?
That's a good one, T-Bone.
That's,
I didn't even think of that.
that's so bad. That's so bad you said that, but yet you have to stop.
Same amount. They've been the same amount. If you count the interim coaches.
Well, which kind of staff
They've had
now?
3.
Which kind of staff now is Richie, the carryover? Springer.
Mayo. Straight to conditioning.
Well, we did it like last year. I think like Wes Boylston's won more Super Bowls at Gillette over the last couple of years than like the Pats had wins or
home
something like
games.
that.
They play there once a year, and they have more wins at Gillette than the Pats do. And you know, all joking aside, that's a real problem. If you don't win home games in the NFL and you don't use that to your advantage of being at home and not traveling and not having the hectic schedule of having to leave town and bring your whole operation elsewhere, that's the biggest advantage you can have in any sport. And if you don't take advantage of it on a 17-game schedule, you're cooked. You're a bad football team.
Yeah, you don't think that drives Mike nuts at night? Like, I don't know how he sleeps after that one. Like, what are you going to do to make it better for the run? Wait, tell him not fumble? You're going to do non-fumbling drills? They don't exist. It's a personal thing. The problem now, there's a pattern starting to form with them. Starting to form. It's been formed. And then you're screwed up in the head because you think, Jesus, that guy won us the game last week. And kind of put the ball on the ground, lost it this week. So what do? Do you in between it? No, you gotta stick with him. You gotta stick with him. But here's another question though. If you don't stick with them, are they that much worse off with Gibson? If you go Gibson and Henderson, is there a massive drop off? No.
No, I don't think so.
Then that wears on you. Like,
But you Benjamin Gibson
I'm not saying
fumbles the
that.
football.
I'm not saying do one or the either. But like this is what they have to evaluate and go through. This is what they're asking. What do we do with him? They put him in a huddle, play one next week, have his back. Team's got his back. They got his back. You think they don't like Rhamondre? I love Rhamondre. He's a good back when he's right. He's a great back when he's right. I said it last week. Like, that's the guy from 2 years ago. I was like, this is good. He's back.
9 fumbles since the start of last year.
I don't know where this came from, by the way. His first 3 years, he didn't really fumble. One fumble
well, he
his rookie
certainly
year,
doesn't
2, and then
now.
1. And now he can't hold on to the football.
I get it when, like, you don't see a guy, they come in from behind and they punch the ball out, or somebody puts a helmet on it and just drills you, and the helmet hits the ball. It's hard to hang on to that. But when you see it yesterday, and once we got to the review, because everything was just, you couldn't see.
Yeah.
Everything was smashed up. It was inside. And it just falls out. Nobody hits it from behind. Nobody punches it through. But the other ones they did, like, Pittsburgh practices that. You know, Patriots practice it. You have the punch-out drill. You do that in practice for defense. It's like part of your defensive warm-up. But, like, not fumbling and not throwing interceptions is a mindset.
That sequence, like the inverted double score where you throw the interception at the end of the half and then the fumble off the Spillane thing was just an absolute backbreaker. That was unbelievable to watch.
Watching some of the highlights again and those fumbles. Whew. The Rhamondre issue continues, and I really think that if you are all about the
Like that one, the goal line one can't happen.
right,
Like
I mean, either one of them though. You look at both, and they're not.
Nobody punched that out.
Look at the first. Look at either one. You can look at either one of them and say, "Why did that happen? That could have been avoided there." Look again. Look at the first one. What kind of contact is there
No, but that's the
that
thing,
leads you to
like-
believe that one's like acceptable?
Right.
It's not. They're bad fumbles. They're not. Just the eye test would tell you they are bad fumbles.
It was like
and
Stephen
bad
Ridley-esque.
fumbles. Bad fumbles should get you benched. I'm sorry, it does. It's not like you don't have two other backs on the team that you could use.
I sit more with you on this side. I do. Like if you're asking me to weigh one way or the other, if he's trying to establish culture and not have guys, I don't want to say roll their eyes, but if a guy makes multiple mistakes and you just keep putting them out there, the room sort of gets it and like, okay, you're feeding us a line of you know what. He's got to show accountability.
Yes,
It's a tough decision. And I think Mike knows that too. Like, yeah, guys fumbled here and I played, like we would bench him. If I got beat and I couldn't cover, if I missed my assignment, I get benched.
You can't view it through the lens of we think he's the best back, and so therefore we need him, which is what Mike Vrabel said after the game. We need him. That stood out to me because I immediately thought, no, you don't. He fumbled the ball twice today. You don't need that.
That's why I asked the Gibson thing.
Like, you don't need that. What do you need that for? Yes, when he's right. And so you put him back out there just hoping he plays his best again. You don't need this. In fact, you need to get rid of these things. You need to get rid of the mistakes. You need to eliminate the possibility of them. And so if the message needs to be sent to not just the player, to the entire team, that if you don't do the right things, you won't play, well, then what are we doing here? Then Mike Vrabel is entirely overrated as a culture setter and tone setter and guy that builds that accountability and taking advantage of bad football. I love that the Steelers were the team doing that yesterday. It's like this is everything Mike Vrabel wanted his team to be. Mm-hmm. Because the Steelers are not great. But they just took advantage of the bad football and stumbled their way into a win. A game that they probably
on the road
didn't deserve to win, if you put it that way. Right. It's not like they did anything great. Look at the pedestrian stats of Aaron Rodgers in this game.
He had two great throws. Two. Boy, were they great.
Patriots defense improved from a week ago.
So see, that's
a step forward.
That's
Right?
another
They took a step forward.
And I know everybody wants to rail on Rodgers too. The guy's a future Hall of Famer. I'm not saying he's the greatest of all time or one of the top 10 guys of all time. But at the end of the game, when you need a play, and he makes those two throws in the end zone, that's the difference. That's like a veteran guy where I'm not doing great today. I'm on my, third team, but I'm going to go out there and I'm going to spin this.
But the Patriots put him in a position to have a chance to do that. That's their fault.
Absolutely. And what did he do? He took advantage of it. And you can only give guys like that so many
Aaron Rodgers should have been trailing by 14 at that point.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay? Yeah. So that's the truth of it. He should have had no opportunity. They opened the door for that. And that's on them. Penalties, turnovers, no accountability so far for players that have made bad mistakes. And that to me is the same old story with this team. And it's very disappointing. I expected them to be better than this. Even in defeat, I thought, well, you won't have to worry about the team being a stupid football team again. Well, they'll get that out of their system. Mike Vrabel will root that out. It'll be gone. They will play smart football. Situationally, they will do the right things. In fact, situationally, there was a real messy play at the end of the game. I don't know that it determined the game, but Pop Douglas was appropriately asked about not getting to the sticks on fourth down at the end of the game.
I watched it 3 more times, and we had it on fifth quarter. And I had the perception that when it was called, it was just, we've seen so many of those and how quick it was a slip screen. I thought somebody missed the block, and it was a quick screen. No, he was short of the sticks. He ran an out route.
And you put that on Pop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
His answer wasn't great.
Something's off there. I mean, we're in year 3 now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.